right, so we're gonna check in with the wrist now. So we're gonna do this with the elbow and the forearm being in a supinated position, or the soft part of the arm is gonna be up towards the ceiling. From here, I wanna make sure that the entire forearm stays planted on an object so we can really get good wrist articulation. So this is important to start noticing the range of motion of the wrist. So I like to do this a little bit loaded, but you're also welcome to not do it loaded. So with a light weight, I'm gonna slowly start bringing the wrist into flexion without peeling off of the object. I'm gonna hold as much flexion as I can as I start bringing that weight into the midline, not letting my arm or forearm roll at all. So this shouldn't move. I'm gonna start dropping down into extension, controlling it the whole way. I'll start bringing it up into that thumb side, and then we'll look for that full flexion again. We'll pause when we get there, and then we're gonna reverse the circle. So I'm gonna keep flexion as I start moving out to the thumb side. No motion's happening here. I'm gonna slowly lower into my maximum amount of extension. I'm gonna start moving back towards that pinky side, start finding flexion. We'll come up into that fully flexed position, and then we just reverse. So we're making a nice big circle without moving anywhere above the wrist. So you wanna try really hard not to let the soft part of the arm move at all. If you're finding it problematic, maybe put your phone or a weight here just to find a little bit of feedback. Your hand is also helpful. And if you still are having trouble, try losing the weight for a little bit and just do it with nothing in your hand, or maybe just a baseball. We're gonna do some kinetic stretching for the wrist. That's just gonna help keep the active ranges of motion that we have nice and strong. So we're gonna find an object, as a bench or the floor, it doesn't really matter. Make sure the elbow stays locked out here. That's gonna be the key. So from here, we're gonna find our maximum expression of active wrist extension by using all of this stuff to pull me forward into my greatest wrist extension. So I'm gonna pretend like I'm trying to lift my fingertips up into my elbow, activating and contracting all of the front line of stuff to pull me down till I can't pull any further without this rolling off of the ground. So when I get to my end range, I'm gonna stop, keep pulling, trying to lift the fingertips up, and then I'm gonna reverse, pushing my fingertips and hand through the mat, pushing me back up into a little bit of flexion. When I get here, I'm gonna reverse. So the action I would be making is pulling my hand up. As I start pulling myself down, I'm still trying to lift my hand as I pull myself down into a nice deep stretch, still trying to lift the hand and reverse and push. 4, 3, my fingertips are driving down and reverse, we pull. 4, 3, 2, 1, we reverse and push, working the opposite side, the back side of the stuff, all the flexors, and then we work the extensors, so we pull ourselves in. Pulling, 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 contract the flexors, push, 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 and then you can rest.